There have been few characters in Oklahoma State history quite as adept at acquiring funding as OSU President Henry Bennett. Shortly after becoming president in 1928, Bennett started pushing his 25-year plan, a large OSU construction initiative.
Bennett arrived in 1928. It took several years to get the plan kind of formulated, and by 1930 they had pretty well agreed, got board approval, and so beginning in 1930 they began working towards the 25-year plan, or sometimes known as the Bennett Plan. The problem was the 1929 Depression pretty well eliminated any kind of funding mechanisms that they had worked on. So it took at least 5 years after the plan was first mentioned before the first facilities began to be constructed.
Despite delays from the Depression, in 1936, Murray Hall became the first building constructed under Bennett's 25-year plan.
They got the governor, Alfalfa Bill Murray, to agree to the whole program, in part because they named the building after him.
As Murray Hall's construction wrapped up, Bennett saw additional funds available for construction, but the state legislature was not about to give him permission to build another building.
But they could get approval for an extension or an addition to an existing building. And so for those of us who have been on the OSU campus, you notice there's a little portico or attached walkway between Murray and North Murray. What Bennett did is he added that on to the plans for North Murray, and so North Murray became an addition to an existing building, and they got the funding then to complete that structure.
That same year, an underground natural gas explosion rocked Whitehurst Hall. The building actually withstood the explosion quite well, and initially $5,000 was appropriated for its repairs. However, Henry Bennett decided he did not want to just restore the building to its previous estate. He wanted to try to grandfather it into his 25-year plan by giving it a fourth floor and a new roof line.
They decided to go ahead and put a similar roof style to Murray, so that it would blend in with that new construction, and they used dormers and with windows in them, like they had done at Murray, so the building would look like it would match to Murray Hall and North Murray, which was currently under construction. So it was a way to blend that older building, which was completed in 1926, with these newer buildings now that come along a decade later, and would fit in with the Bennett plan. It would also provide additional space then on the fourth floor that they hadn't envisioned.
Not only was this cheaper than building a whole new building, it also fixed Whitehurst's drainage issues with the slanted roof. For the OSU Libraries, I'm Stephen Briscoe.